Welcome back to That Dad Guy. It is December the 11th, 2024. We are 2 weeks away from Christmas. Hopefully you guys are preparing for it, whether it means decorating, whether it means buying something, whether it means getting those last minute travel arrangements taken care of. Who knows what your Christmas and holiday season is like. Maybe it is going to be a quiet day at home going through your stamp collection or your father's stamp collection. Well, today we are going to do just that. We're going to go through my father's stamp collection and pick another country as suggested by one of you. So Kevin, I'm not sure the full extent of his handle on YouTube, but it started with Kevin. So we're going with Kevin. Has suggested twice that he'd like to see my stamps from the Netherlands that my father collected. So I pulled this album out. It contains the Netherlands, Hungary, and Spain, and we will do the Netherlands portion of it together here and see what sort of stamps he has collected. That is, my father has collected during his time in Philately. So it will be fun to go through the album, see what stamps are there, what stamps might be missing. As always, my father put his collection in hinges based on the Scott catalog. So if you use Stanley Gibbons or one of the other catalogs, the numbers won't match up exactly as they may in your collection if that's what you're looking at. And if you're looking at the holes, which ones are missing based on Scott catalog. So I want to give you that up front. Now, if you're the first time you're finding my channel, thank you, welcome. Always loving having new people here. As of right now, we are about 29 subscribers away from 2,000. So I'm getting very excited about hitting that next plateau and growing from there even more. My channel is becoming more of a stamp channel as of late, just based on what's been going on, and I'm happy to do that. And we do lots of giveaways, we do lots of different informational things about stamps. When New Canada Post stamps come out, I show you what those are and read the back of the booklet so you have a little bit of information about those stamps. Every month I do a Stamp of the Month video, and so I feature a series of stamps, a topical about stamps. This month it's on Christmas stamps. If you go to that video, you also have a chance to win, because with every Stamp of the Month video I do a giveaway, because I'm fortunate enough to be partnered up with Liverpool Stamps in England, who provide me with something, also provide me with codes that I can share with you guys for getting discounts on your purchases through their website. And also I've got a friend named Stephen in Australia who is generous every month to help participate by giving a portion of what he has in his collection towards these giveaways. Now, he does get some inside information. I let him know what the topics, the stamps are going to be, what the giveaways will be based around in advance. So he's one of the few people that has that inside knowledge of what I'm planning from month to month, quite a few months out. And yeah, it's a really nice giveaway. And I've added some really nice stamps to it as well, including the very first Christmas stamp, which was debatable, and I debated it, and hopefully you will agree that Canada has the very first Christmas stamp, and so those are included as well in this month giveaway. So all you have to do is go watch that video, put in the secret word, you're entered to have a chance to win, and I usually do that around the middle of the month, probably around the 16th or 17th this month, based on how the calendar falls and what's going on. So that is coming up really quick, because this weekend will be the 14th and 15th, so probably on Monday or Tuesday I will announce the winner. And then whoever wins, I'll mail it off to you as soon as Canada Post is back to work again. Well, that all being rambled and said, that if you're finding me for the first time, make sure you like, you subscribe, you leave a positive comment, you share with other people, put the notification bell so you don't miss out on anything. Tomorrow I am doing something that's not stamp related. I am doing a live stream at 12 o'clock Atlantic Standard Time, and we're going to decorate a postcard. What's different about this decorating of a postcard is you get to choose how I decorate it, the color of the washi tape, what type of washi tape it will be, where I place it on the card. You'll even get to pick out the type of card that I'm going to send. It's a lot of fun, and the stickers we're going to use, blah, blah, blah. Done it once before, had positive feedback from it. People have asked for me to do it again, so tomorrow we're going to do that again. The other things that might be coming up this week, I think I'm going to be doing some baking on Friday, so you might want to tune in for that too. So if you're just here for the stamps, there's lots of stamps videos. We're going to start with one right now. We are going to go through my father's stamp collection that he's got from the Netherlands. The reason my father has a good amount of Netherlands is because he had a stamp dealer in the Netherlands that he used to trade with in lots of 1,000 at a time. You can see here, he's very fortunate. He's got the second stamp based on the Scott catalog back from 1872. Some really nice early stamps here in the Netherlands. You can see it jumps quite a bit. He's missing quite a few, between 4 and 23 all missing. But that's the way the collection goes. So yeah, he had a stamp dealer there that would like to get 1,000 stamps at a time. So my father would send him 1,000 Canadian or 1,000 British, whatever he happened to have. And in return, he got 1,000 of whatever in return. So he got a lot of the Netherlands, which I don't think he minded one bit because it really increased his collection. And so some really interesting stamps here you can see. Well, there, he's put a couple on that side of the page too. I've talked about it before, the early stamps. Secondly, mostly pre-World War II really fascinate me. The images that are on them, the plates that are used to create them. Yes, modern stamps have lots of colors, lots of really cool images. I find that pre-World War II, they are more artistic. You get a lot of detail with just a slight shade difference, where it becomes more of a photograph sometimes with the newer stamps. Where this, you could see one of these stamps hanging behind a frame in a mat in an art gallery. That's what it looks like to me. But we all have our own preferences. You know, some people want to collect all these type of stamps. Get them. Maybe you're a Moncton collection and you want to collect all of those. Or maybe you like a topic, so you collect that. Whatever you want to do, collect it however you like. Just glad you're involved in stamp collecting, and looking through an album like this of my father's actually interests you. I'm finding more and more people of all sorts of ages online that have discovered stamp collecting for the first time. It's more than just a little piece of paper. It's what this little piece of paper means as far as what you could get from it. You know, this was sent in order to deliver a message, maybe to a soldier or to his family at one point in time. Maybe it's an announcement of a birth in the family or a wedding that one of these stamps was on. Maybe this was somebody's notification that they got a job for the first time, or the first letter they got to write as a child to Santa Claus. Maybe they put a stamp on it. Who knows? All that's behind it. And then the history of what's on these stamps. What do they represent? Who do they represent? I don't know, if you're a historian like me, you love that sort of stuff. You love the interesting facts behind the stamps. Why this person or that event got a stamp in particular over something else. What was happening in the world when these stamps came out? Why did they get an overprint? Why was there a price change? What were the interest rates like at this point in time that caused stamps to go up in value? All interesting things if you're interested in what's happening in the world and why world events make a difference in our lives. There are things that are happening today, and we wonder, how did it get to this stage? And haven't we had this done before, and didn't it result in something horrific? Are we gonna avoid it this time around, or is it gonna happen all over again? People say history tends to repeat itself, and some of the worst parts of history are those that tend to repeat themselves through greed and all sorts of other things. Ego. How do we change that circle and focus on the positive? And, you know, some days we aren't positive. Sometimes negative things are happening in our lives. Everyone has those days. These are interesting stamps here right there. The 20 and the 25 cent, virtually identical. I don't know a lot about history, well, the history in this time frame in the Netherlands. 1974 was a good year though. So a lot of the events that are depicted on these stamps don't have a meaning to me, but I know they will have meanings to other people. I am blessed to have people in the Netherlands that watch my channels and communicate with me and have sent me postcards in the past. And my father still has a large collection of duplicates from the Netherlands, so every once in a while I get a message of someone that collects either from the Netherlands or is a new stamp collector, and so they're interested in getting stamps, so I send them some. So as well as inheriting my father's stamp collection, I've also inherited his duplication collection, which he has quite a few. For example, this stamp, I know he has lots of that particular stamp. I've seen it so many times. Or maybe it's this one, I don't know, 60, 65 cents? Maybe both. I see a speed skater. When I think of the Olympics, I do think of people from Holland, from the Netherlands. They are incredibly good at speed skating. We have had our Canadian athletes do well, especially in the team events, but they seem to dominate. I was lucky enough to go to the Netherlands with my wife and I. We went after university. We traveled around Europe, and the Netherlands was on our list of places that we went to. And what a beautiful country, and so many people riding bicycles when we were there. Just shocked me to no end, the amount of people that were physically fit and were riding bicycles to get to their destinations. When I watch F1 and I hear the Dutch Grand Prix, it will be going away in 2026, but that's one of the ones that in order to get to it, you got to get there on bicycle. There isn't cars around the Grand Prix. I always thought that was fascinating. And then you have someone like Max Verstappen, who is leading the way, winning world championship after world championship. It's interesting to see all the Dutch supporters and the orange outfits that are everywhere. So that is their color. Those are some beautiful stamps there, the triangle ones. You can see that it was part of a larger sheet at one point in time. I had a friend growing up who was of Dutch descent, and so anytime the World Cup was on, he was cheering on, cheering on the Netherlands, hoping that they would continue to advance. They always had a strong team. He was one of the few people that I know really love soccer, or football, as you may call it, wherever you're from. It's not very popular. It is getting more popular here in Canada and North America, but still not like basketball or hockey or baseball or American football. That's why generally you don't see Canada in the World Cup. So as he was of Dutch descent, it made sense that he was cheering on his home country. These are really interesting stamps too. If you watch my last video, my talking video, I went through the albums and the different countries that my father had. So if you want to leave a comment of what you'd like to see coming up next, I will take it into consideration. What country I will be showing next of my father's. Maybe it's more in this album, as we have Hungary and Spain still to do that are in this album. Or maybe it'll be a different album we'll choose from. I'm blown away that it's already the 11th of December. And for us outside right now, it is about 9 degrees and raining, so not very December-like. There is snow on the ground, but it is melting away. Tomorrow is supposed to be 13 degrees and more rain. So I imagine we will see lots of different amounts of snow disappear on our ground. Whether it will return for Christmas, time will tell. Very nice series, which Father looks to have completed. The Flintstones, what a great cartoon. Yabba dabba doo! Those are nice ones too. You can see as we're into the 2000s now that the stamps are changing. You're also seeing euros being depicted on the stamps. It's an interesting series as well. $2005. Doesn't seem like 2005, 2006 was just yesterday. It's hard to believe that was almost 20 years ago now. I still remember Y2K and you know, that 1999 changing to 2000 when the world thought everything, computers were going to all stop and the world was going to come to an end. I remember the company I was working for at the time, I had to be a part of that New Year's Eve to make sure that everything was running properly. And it was kind of a non-event. You can see some semi-postals here, so you can see we've gone back to 1995. It's just because they're different stamp series that my father's put together, semi-postals. You can see that it says 12 plus 4 plus 9. Snowman one. Almost looks like triangles, but they're squares. They've got white borders on them. So do you collect Netherlands stamps? You can leave it in the comments. Maybe you've got some of the stamps that are missing from this collection, who knows? See, the collection goes to about 2006, there's 2008, that range, and that's where the supply must have dried up for my father. You see the Indies and New Guinea. These, of course, were part of the Dutch colonialization. These ones are really interesting. Should have spent a little bit more time on those. And then he has a few here in this Vario page at the end. This nice souvenir sheet. Was that an interesting look at some of the stamps that came out from the Netherlands between 1870s to about 2008, and then a couple colonial stamps in there as well. Kind of neat to see what he's collected in his lifetime and what will be continued to be added in mine. It's very reflective for me. I don't know about for you when you're stamp collecting. Maybe you're a beginner stamp collector and every stamp you add is new, but maybe you've also inherited one from a family member, whether it's a father, a mother, an aunt, an uncle, a grandparent, or maybe even a sibling that's gotten into stamp collecting. I'm always encouraging people. It's never too late to start. Here I am, 50 years old now, and rediscovering stamp collecting. Now, maybe I'm an old man in comparison to some of you who are watching. It's possible. I don't feel that, but when I see my father, who is 91 years old now, and every once in a while he gets to have a look at the stamp collection again. For him, it's brand new. He's forgotten a lot of what he's done in the past, so it's nice to be able to remind him of the hard work he's put in to creating these albums, and getting to see the joy in his face again when he goes through and sees them all for the first time. Just like we're doing today. Well, leave a comment. Let me know what country you want me to do next. I have had some other comments, and of course, if they match up, then that will be the country I will do next. All right, you guys, have a magical week. What, Polo? You say like, subscribe, share, and tell all your friends.
Who's a good boy? Who's a good boy?
Bye.